Hi, welcome back to the Rancho's classes. Today's topic is SAP architecture. This is going to be series A and episode 1. So in today's class, we are going to see what stands for SAP architecture, what is presentation layer, what is database, what is application system or application servers. If we'll go back to our content, so we are going to see first SAP architecture history, then the approach definition. In under approach, we are going to see what exactly stand for R1, what is R2, and what is R3. In my next video, I'll be explaining SAP landscape in full detail, so stay tuned with me. So let's start today's discussion. So I'm going to start first with the SAP architecture history. Before that, I'll give you the basic definition what stands for architecture. So in the architecture, we'll be know how the different layers of the system were placed and how they got connected. So in SAP, generally we have three different layers. One is presentation. Generally we say it is GUI. GUI stands for the graphic user interface, followed by application and then the database. If I'll start from the history standpoint, so in 1972, once the SAP has introduced their first ERP, so they released that SAP ERP with the R1. So R generally indicate for the real time, and one stand for the presentation, application and databases are stored in the same platform. So I have another presentation that might be next slide, where you will be able to see what exactly R1, what is R2 and what is R3. But for your quick reference, R1, R stand for real time. One indicate there is one platform where SAP has hosted presentation, application and database servers. If I'll see the R2, so in 1982, SAP has released R2, where they have given dedicated platform for the presentation, but still application and databases are on the same platform. If you see the bottom side of picture, so this is the the animated picture for the R2, where we have presentation layers segregated from the application and database system. So next is my R3. So R3 was introduced in 1992 along with the ECC. ECC stand for the Enterprise Central Component. So R3 followed by the client server architecture. So in R3 I am having the dedicated platform or dedicated space for the presentation, for the application and the database. These layers are connected to each other with their own networks. So there is an internal connection between application to database, and application got connected with the presentation layer system. So in the recently 2015, SAP has released their fourth version, that is S/4HANA. So here is a quick kind of the callouts for your quick reference. So this S/4HANA launched in 2015. SAP S/4HANA is the next generation. So in 1992 they have released R3. In 2015 they have released S/4HANA. S/4HANA is truly connected with the digital world. In S/4HANA, S stands for the simple, fourth represents the fourth generation, and it is our business suite. If you see the bottom side of my slide, so it is artificial intelligence. S/4HANA is very much compatible with the machine learning and IoTs. With the help of S/4HANA, we can generate the many analytics, and those analytics are really helpful for the business in order to complete that day-to-day activity more effectively, where they can increase the productivity, where they can increase the the presence of the product in the market. So this is a win-win situation for the business if they use SAP S/4HANA. It comes with a modern user experience of SAP Fiori as well. On the next slide, so here I am going to represent R1, R2, R3 in very detailed form. So presentation, if I'll see the presentation layer, so presentation is the same layer where we use a system and we can enter the transaction codes or any other parameters. So if you see the software specialization, so presentation layer interact with the end users. In the same platform I can see the application layer. So application layer is being used to process the business logics the calculation of business logic, how the system will calculate the different kind of transactions or different kind of formulas, that everything gets stored into the application layer. So database again, so database is very clear from the name itself, so it is just being used to store the data. Now if we compare the R1, so in the beginning in 1972, so SAP has released their R1 system where they have stored application, presentation and database layer into the same platform, hence it is called as a R1. If you see the R2, so SAP has given the dedicated space for the presentation, but still the application and database on the same platform. This is our R2 system. R3 again, where we receive the dedicated platform for the presentation layer, for the application layer and for the database layer. So this is my R3. I hope this will give you the exact picture what stand for R1, R2 and R3. And if you see my previous slide, you will be able to understand what stand for S, what stand for S4 HANA, and that is the latest version, I can say, that released by SAP in 2015. Thank you so much for your time, and we will be releasing the next video for the SAP landscape. So meanwhile, please subscribe my channel to get the timely notification. You can also follow us on the Instagram as well. Thank you so much for your time. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you.